Okay, so in this one, we're going to be using a system called 2's complement to create a negative number in binary. Alright, so at this point, I just want to remind you about sign and magnitude. Alright, sign and magnitude is just a system we use in which we give a leading 1 to a negative number and a leading 0 to a positive number, which becomes quite important when we're using 2's complement. Alright, you don't need to use this if I just say make a number in normal binary, but when you see the word 2's complement, you need to be thinking negative starts with a 1, positive starts with a 0. Alright, now there are 3 steps. First of all, we make the positive number. Second, we flip the bits. Third, we add 1. Okay, so let's get to it. So we've got here the number 17, or we want to make the number minus 17. So if we look at step 1, you just make the positive for 17, which is 1 in the 16, 1 in the 1. We can fill the rest up with zeros. Alright, now at this point I just want to remind you we're going to switch over to sign and magnitude. So positive starts with 0, negative starts with 1. Okay, so technically we could just use from the 32 bits down to make our positive 17, but I'm just going to use all of them for now. Alright, so we're up to number 2 now. We need to flip the bit, so that means every bit needs to change to the opposite. Okay, so we've got 1 here, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. And then finally we add 1. Alright, so that's 1 to the leftmost, okay, because remember the most significant side is up to the left, and on the right it's the left side. Or so I said the leftmost there, I meant the rightmost. So we're going to add 1 to this here. All right, so the lowest we can go down to the right, that is where we add 1. All right, so I'm left with 1, and then all of these stay the same. That's a 0. Okay, so you can see I made the positive, I flipped the bits, and then I added 1 to the lowest number I could. Okay, now here what we've got left with is the negative binary for minus 17. Alright, now there's a way you can check it to make sure you've got it right after you've done it. Okay, if you get this leftmost bit, alright, and then you subtract the rest of the bits from it. Okay, so if I do 128 and I take away 64, 32, 8, 4, 2 and 1, it should leave me with 17. Alright, and I know that I'm making a negative number, so I can put the negative on there. Alright, so that is how you create a negative number using binary and 2's complement.